And thank you for checking out our lives this week, and I'm Gwen Edwards. Now, do you know your waist size? Now, most of us know our weight, but your waist size and diet and diabetes. Now, doctors tell us that there is a major connection between the two, so much so that diabetics have to think twice about what they put in their mouths. It is a life and death connection. And another thing, you really should be thinking about the waist. Chef Wiley Mullins is the founder of Wiley's Healthy Southern Classic Seasoning and Spices, and he's here to talk more about controlling diabetes through diet. Now, long time no see.
Hello, how you doing, Gwen? Good to see you.
You're looking well.
You're looking great too.
All right, now, diabetes in our nation is a full-blown epidemic. Among people of color, it's out of control.
It's out of control. One in three women, black women, over the age of 25 are diabetic in this culture.
Over the age of 25?
25, yeah. And we're looking at 25 million type 2 diabetics that we know of, another 6 million that are undiagnosed. But the big number that we're concerned about now is that there's another 77 million Americans who are at risk of getting type 2 diabetes.
And type 2 diabetes can be controlled by diet.
Absolutely. Type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle disease, primarily because we're a little heavier than we should be.
Now, you have something that we want to take a look at here. It is a map, and it's SOS.
Yes, it's called Save Our South.
Save Our South. And why are we trying to save the South?
We're trying to save the South because the South has been hardest hit by the type 2 diabetic
All
epidemic.
that good Southern cooking?
All of that good Southern cooking.
Fried everything?
Yes.
Lots of butter, lots of lard?
Absolutely.
Killing us.
Absolutely. In fact, the states of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia are perhaps the highest incidence states. In fact, 40% of adults in Mississippi are type 2 diabetics. It's an epidemic.
And it's getting to the point that our kids are almost bound to have it because of the lifestyle?
Absolutely. Type 2 diabetes used to be called adult onset diabetes. Now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have dropped that description. It's just called type 2 diabetes because kids now are getting it.
Now, you have a set of healthy living tips that you're presenting. Why don't you tell us about that?
Absolutely. What we've been doing, Gwen, since the last time we saw each other, we've been traveling across the country with the Wiley's Diabetic Cooking School, where we're actually teaching people how to eat the foods that they love but prepare them much more healthier. And one of the things that we realize is that a lot of people just don't know. They've always prepared foods a certain way, and they really don't know how to prepare them any other way.
Okay, so we have greens. Nothing more healthy than kale, collard greens, turnip greens.
Absolutely.
But we have to start, if we're doing Southern cooking, with some type of seasoning, and it's normally a piece of meat.
Yes.
Or in some cases, even bacon fat.
Absolutely.
Killing ourselves with something that should be a healthy dish.
Absolutely. When you look at the foods like you mentioned collards and kale and turnip greens, they're some of the healthiest foods that we can eat. Absolutely. And but we have we've taken away all of those good nutritional components of those foods by adding things to them like salt pork, like fatback, like ham hocks and bacon, and smoked turkey wings.
Okay, so tell us how we should be cooking it and some of the tips as well as some of the products that you have to help us.
Absolutely. We show people that they can add ingredients like instead of cooking greens until there's practically no green left, they can add seasonings like Wiley's, or they can actually stir fry them in olive oil, which will give them a nice flavor with a bit of onion and garlic and parsley and that type of thing. And you might say, well, I've never had that before. I hadn't either, but once I tried it, I like it, and we get used to it. Sweet potatoes is another great vegetable that's already good if you don't do anything
Just
to
bake
it.
a potato.
Just bake a potato. We add the butter, the brown sugar, the marshmallows, you know, all of those kinds of things.
Okay, well, we've got to take a break, but
Yep.
we're not finished talking with Wiley, so stay with us more on our conversation with Chef Wiley about healthy eating and lifestyle and controlling our waistline as well as our weight. We'll be back in a moment. And you are what you eat, and if you don't believe it, you better believe it now. Diabetes is running rapid through our community. Taking care of yourself, learning your blood sugar levels, and eating better is all a part of our live show today. We're learning from the best. Chef Wiley Mullins has been working for years to help you eat healthy. He is the founder of Wiley's Healthy Southern Classic Seasonings and Spices. Now, Wiley, you have diet that you have been taking across the country,
Yep.
helping people eat healthy, but enjoy the classic foods that they.
Absolutely.
So tell us about the Hood's Code of Health.
The Hood's Code of Health is four components. It's use fresh foods, and when you have fresh foods, try not to fry them. Limit your salt intake. Drink water, and get good rest. Those are 4 things that we're telling people that they really need to do. It sounds simple, but most people don't get enough rest. They don't drink it. They don't drink the recommended 8 glasses of water a day, and we don't really think that much about what we eat.
Okay, so we pretty much all know our weight, more or less. You know, we may shave 5 pounds off of it for our own self, but we don't seem to understand the importance of knowing our waist size.
Absolutely not. In fact, Gwen, about 85% of American women do not know their waist measurement because you don't buy clothing that way. And men, we buy clothing based on our waist size, but oftentimes if we have a tummy that's hanging over our belt, we measure below the belt.
Let's talk about waist. I'm going to take the tape measure here and do myself. Now, what's a healthy waist size for a woman?
A healthy waist size for a woman is 35 or less.
Okay, so I'm at 31.
You're in the green zone, you're in the safe zone.
What's a healthy waist size for a man?
40 or less.
40 or less. So if you're a 48, 49, 50, you're in what you're calling the red zone here,
The danger zone.
the danger zone. How do you get your waist down?
You gotta start eating healthier and exercising and watching really calories.
Now, how can someone get in contact with you, find these healthy spices and seasonings?
Yep. Well, our website is UncleWiley's.com, or we have the waist measure on our website. You can go to everyinchmatters.com, which gives you a lot of pointers about bringing down your waist.
And also, how do you get the Hood's Code of Health information?
Everything's on the website.
Everything's on the
It's
website.
available. Yep.
Okay, well, once again, we just want to thank you for coming. We have one more thing we want to talk about is this picture of Jesse Owens.
This picture is of Jesse Owens. I had an opportunity to go to the Jesse Owens Memorial Museum in Oakville, Alabama.
Which is North Huntsville.
Right, back in December. And it was really interesting. And I couldn't help but realize when I was there that Jesse Owens
Made a lot of sacrifices.
made a lot of sacrifices.
Made a lot of decisions so that he could make himself the winner that we know him.
Absolutely. And he did it through having a good diet and exercise and sticking to it.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And good luck
Thank you.
with this push, because we want to see more of us stick around,
Absolutely.
be here for our 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Absolutely.
And the grands and the great grands.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All righty, thank you. And thank you so much for being with us for this edition of Our Lives. Make sure you like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter for updates on the Our Lives show all throughout the week. Yeah, so I think we got everything in.
I think we
Thanks
did.
for
Maybe a
making
little
our
like we got
lives
it.
a part of your life. We will